In August 2025, President Donald Trump spoke to reporters. He delivered a clear message to China. He told China to provide the United States with important magnets. These magnets are vital for many U.S. technologies, from electric vehicles to military equipment. Mr. Trump stated that if China did not supply these magnets, the U.S. would place a very large tax, 200% tariffs on Chinese goods. This event marked a tense moment in the ongoing competition between the United States and China, highlighting a key struggle over essential technology. However, a surprising truth often goes unmentioned. The United States and China are in conflict not because they are completely different. Instead, they are fighting because they are remarkably similar. This book will explore this central idea. To truly understand why their rivalry is so strong today, we must look beyond their current disagreements. We need to see the deep historical paths they both followed. For example, both nations have believed in a special destiny to lead the world. Both experienced periods of rapid growth, building vast industries and creating great wealth. Both also sought to expand their influence and power across the globe. These many shared characteristics make them like uncomfortable mirror images of each other. Because they are so similar, their competition feels very personal and very intense. It is precisely these shared qualities, not their differences, that have brought them onto a collision course. This means their paths are set to clash, making their rivalry strong and difficult to avoid. In the following chapters, we will uncover these surprising similarities and see how they shape today's global challenges. 2. Two special countries. Both the United States and China have a deep belief that they are special. They both think their country has an important job in the world. This is more than just national pride. It is a feeling that their nation is a unique example for others. They believe they are meant to lead. For America, this idea began with early settlers. They called their new home a city upon a hill. This meant it was a shining example for the world. Later, in the 1800s, this idea became manifest destiny. Americans believed they had a right to spread their ideas and grow across the continent. Over time, America saw itself as a leader for freedom around the globe. It believed it was the indispensable nation that must guide the free world. China has a very old belief about its special place. For thousands of years, people called China the Middle Kingdom. This meant it was at the center of all civilization. Chinese emperors believed they ruled with a mandate of heaven. This showed that China was the natural order of the world. Even after difficult times in the past, China never lost this idea. Today, China talks about the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. Leaders like President Xi Jinping speak of the Chinese dream, which is about China returning to its important place. Both countries see their power as a good thing for everyone. American leaders say they lead to keep freedom safe. Chinese leaders say they want to bring their great civilization back to the world. Neither country thinks its power is just for itself. They both believe they offer a gift to humanity. This shared belief in being special creates a strong competition. It is not just about money or military strength. It is a clash between two powerful nations. Each one believes it is the only true leader for the world's future. This makes their rivalry feel very important and hard to solve. 3. Big companies and big money. America and China have both seen times of big business and big money. In America, this happened a long time ago, during a period called the Gilded Age, from about 1870 to 1900. During these years, the country changed a lot. It moved from being mostly farms to having many factories and industries. Powerful business leaders, sometimes called robber barons, built huge companies. Men like Cornelius Vanderbilt and Leland Stanford built railroads that crossed the whole country. Others, like John D. Rockefeller, controlled the oil business, and Andrew Carnegie led the steel industry. These men became very rich, but many workers had very little. This led to big differences between the very rich and the very poor. China has had a similar time, but more recently. Since the 1980s, China's economy has grown very fast. Just like America built railroads, China has built many high-speed trains and new roads. Instead of oil and steel bosses, China now has very powerful tech leaders. People like Jack Ma of Alibaba and Pony Ma of Tencent built digital companies that are now as big as Google or Apple in America. These companies have also made some people very wealthy. Both governments have seen these big companies grow and have tried to control them. In America, around the same time as the Gilded Age, the government started to make rules to stop big companies from having too much power. This was to help fair competition. Today, America still looks at companies like Google to make sure they are fair. China has also started to control its big tech companies more strictly in recent years, especially on how they use people's information. This rapid growth in both countries has also created similar problems. In America's Gilded Age, rich people lived in grand houses, while many workers lived in poor conditions. Today, China faces the same issue. Many people in cities find it hard to get a better life, even with hard work. The idea that anyone can become rich through hard work is sometimes called the American dream. In China, people talk about the Chinese dream, which is a similar idea of a better life for all. But for many people in both countries, these dreams are becoming harder to reach. People are finding that good jobs are harder to find, and wages are not growing much. Both nations are learning that fast economic growth can bring money, but it can also bring new problems and unfairness that their leaders must deal with. 4. People on the move. America's history is full of people moving. Early settlers crossed the ocean. Then people moved west across the continent. Later, many immigrants came from different countries, looking for new chances. This constant movement shaped America. It made a nation of people who could adapt and often start over. Americans have always moved to find opportunity. China has also seen a huge movement of its people, but it happened very fast. In just a few decades since the 1980s, over 300 million Chinese moved from rural areas to cities. This was the largest migration in human history. This internal shift changed China greatly, much like westward expansion changed America. It created new cities, many new jobs, and new social issues. Both nations have strong ideas about hard work. America's Protestant work ethic came from early beliefs that hard work brings success. This created a culture that valued individual achievement and starting new ventures. In China, old Confucian traditions taught diligence, the importance of education, and working for shared prosperity. These values fit well with modern market growth. These cultural beliefs led to what is called hustle culture in both countries. People felt they must always work hard and improve themselves. In America, phrases like grinding or side hustles became common. Chinese workers became familiar with 996 culture, meaning working from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. However, by recently, people in both societies started to push back against these intense work demands. In America, quiet quitting became a popular idea. This means doing only your required job tasks, no more, to have better life balance. In China, young people embraced lying flat, or tang ping. This is a choice to reject the constant pressure to strive and achieve. These similar trends show that despite different governments, both societies place similar pressures on their citizens. This makes people ask similar questions. Is constant striving truly worth it? What is the point of working so hard if the rewards remain out of reach? These shared feelings reveal how fast economic change affects people in the U.S. and China in similar ways. 5. Power around the world. In the past, the United States built its power around the world in different ways. After the Second World War, America used economic plans like the Marshall Plan. This plan helped to rebuild countries in Europe. It gave money and support, which also spread American values. The U.S. also created systems like Bretton Woods, making the American dollar very important for global trade. American companies and investments followed, creating strong connections with other nations. This helped the U.S. become a powerful world leader. Today, China is using a similar method to build its influence. In 2013, China started the Belt and Road Initiative, known as BRI. This big plan builds roads, ports, railways, and power plants in many countries. It offers loans and money for these projects. By 2025, the BRI had reached over 150 countries and committed more than $1 trillion in spending. China is creating economic ties with these nations, much like the U.S. did before. This helps China gain new friends and partners around the world, especially in developing areas. The United States has watched China's plan closely. American leaders see the BRI as a direct challenge to their global standing. In 2022, a group of powerful countries, the G7, started their own plan. They called it the Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment, or PGI. This plan aims to be a rival to China's initiative. The PGI hopes to invest $600 billion in infrastructure by 2027, using the same tools China employs: loans, investment, and development. Even President Donald Trump in 2025 highlighted the economic competition by discussing tariffs on Chinese imports, showing the focus on financial power. Both the U.S. and China are using the same kind of tools. They both understand that economic power, new buildings, and strong trade links help them lead the world. China is now focusing on small and beautiful projects for its BRI, making more careful investments. The G7 countries say their PGI projects will meet higher environmental and transparency standards than Chinese alternatives. But the main idea is the same. Two big nations are using money and building projects to win friends and make their power grow. They are both playing a similar game to shape how the world works. This competition shows that both countries know economic links are key to global power. It is a race to see who can build more relationships and become the main leader. 6. A race for the future. The competition between the United States and China is not just about money or world influence. It is also a direct race for future technology and military power. Both countries want to lead the world in new and important inventions, believing this will decide who holds global power. One clear example of this race happened on August 26, 2025. President Donald Trump made a strong statement. He said China must provide the United States with rare earth magnets. These magnets are vital for American technology, used in electric cars, advanced phones, and military equipment. If China did not supply them, President Trump said the U.S. would add a high 200% tax on Chinese imports. This event showed how critical these materials are and how much both nations want to control them. This race for technology goes far beyond magnets. Both the U.S. and China are working hard to be the best in computer chips. These tiny chips are the brains of almost all modern electronics. They are in our phones, computers, and even advanced weapons. Both nations also compete to be global leaders in artificial intelligence, or AI. AI is technology that can learn and solve problems. The nation that controls these key technologies will have a huge advantage in the future. This intense rivalry also includes military power. Both the United States and China are investing a lot to build up their armies, navies, and air forces. They want to show their strength and protect their interests. One place where these tensions are clear is the South China Sea. This area is important for global shipping and has natural resources. Both countries have military ships and planes operating there often. This creates a strong military presence and occasional disagreements. This mix of a technology race and military competition truly defines the modern rivalry. It shows how each nation wants to be the most powerful. They are both trying to shape the global order and the world's future. But this race for dominance comes with serious risks. When two incredibly powerful countries compete so strongly, problems can arise. The desire to be number one, with increasing military and technological competition, could lead to misunderstandings, accidents, or even larger conflicts. Both the United States and China are striving to win this race and secure their place as the leading power for generations to come. The world watches closely to see how this intense competition will unfold. 7. Big, important differences. Even with many similarities, the United States and China have very important political differences. These differences change how each country works and how people live. America is a democracy. People vote for their leaders, and power can change through elections. A free press can report on the government. Individual rights are protected by law. This system allows many voices. It can sometimes be slow to decide, but it also allows for changes if people are not happy. China is a one-party state. The Communist Party holds all major power and makes big decisions. Information is controlled, and the government guides what people see. In China, the goals of the group are often more important than one person's rights. This system can make decisions very fast and plan for the long term, but it can also limit different ideas or complaints. These distinct systems affect how each country solves problems, like managing money, fairness, or public unhappiness. They also shape how citizens relate to their government. Both systems have strengths and weaknesses. America's democracy allows new policies through voting, but can lead to slow agreement. China's central system can make big changes quickly, but it might overlook important feedback from its people. It is interesting that even with these big political differences, both countries face similar challenges. They struggle with economic fairness, fast changes from new technology, and balancing individual desires with what is good for the whole country. 8. The same but different. The United States and China often appear different, yet they are very much alike, and this deep similarity makes their rivalry intense. They act like mirror images, each believing they are the world's rightful leader. Both nations hold a strong belief in their special mission. America saw itself as a city upon a hill, while China viewed itself as the Middle Kingdom. Both aim to fulfill a great dream for their people and their future. Their economies grew similarly, with rapid industrialization and powerful companies. This created great wealth, but also inequality. Today, both governments seek to manage the influence of large tech firms. Both countries have seen vast movements of people. Americans moved west, and China experienced huge migrations to cities. A strong work ethic shaped both societies. However, new trends like quiet quitting and lying flat show a shift from constant striving. Around the world, both want influence. America used programs like the Marshall Plan. China now uses its Belt and Road Initiative. Both use economic power and large projects to expand their global reach and make partners. Despite these many parallels, important differences exist. America is a democracy, while China is a one-party state. These political systems shape their societies uniquely. Still, both face similar challenges in managing growth and societal needs. Ultimately, the U.S. and China are rivals because they are so much alike, each convinced they should lead the world. The greatest challenge is finding a way for these two powerful yet similar nations to coexist without severe conflict. What future do you imagine for these two global powers?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.